to play better. He has to play better. The difference between this situation and Shedeur, I think most people in Cleveland believe that Joe Flacco is going to be the Week 1 starter. Okay, Shedeur Sanders is presented a huge opportunity to plant a seed in Kevin Stefanski's head that maybe I can be that guy at some point down the road. But Anthony Richardson is fighting for his life right now as a starting quarterback in the National Football League. Because think about this, Molly. They are paying the Indianapolis Colts, they are paying Daniel Jones more money than the Pittsburgh Steelers are paying Aaron Rodgers. I always say follow the money. The money will tell you what people think about a certain situation. They are paying Daniel Jones like, this guy could legitimately be our starting quarterback. So to me, it's Anthony Richardson.
The money tells you that Daniel Jones is going to be their starter. To me, I think Anthony Richardson and that ship has sailed. 47.7 completion percentage. It's a small sample size, but he got off to such a horrible start. The leadership factor, the work ethic, all the stuff that's been reported out of Indianapolis, on top of the fact that they went out and got a quarterback they think can run the offense better. I think it's over for Anthony Richardson and Indy. I think their best chance to win is with Daniel Jones, which is why, for me, it's Shedeur. Because you have 6 quarterbacks under contract right now in Cleveland. They're not going to keep 6 quarterbacks on the roster all year long, and you don't have the pressure to go out and win this starting job. All you have to do, you ask for an opportunity. This team passed on you again and again and again in the draft till they got him in the 5th round. To be able to go out and show, even without the first team reps, I can operate the offense, I can make it look clean, I can deal with sudden change, because I think personally, I know that how you feel about preseason games, and I feel the same way. Yeah. I'm allergic to bad football, but these are opportunities to learn, how does he handle if his headset goes out? How does he handle if he fumbles the ball away? What's he doing with his teammates on the sideline to keep them locked in, to show leadership, to keep them encouraged? Those are things that this coaching staff has to see to know the answer to our 25-year quarterback conundrum is in the building, without the pressure of him trying to go win that job Week 1, because I think Joe Flacco certainly is the best option that they have, and he's going to get a lot of snaps. Tyler Huntley's backing him up. There's 2 other quarterbacks that are injured right now between Dylan Gabriel and Kenny Pickett. This is the opportunity he's been clamoring for a really long time. So for him to finally take advantage of that, I think will go a very long way, not just in terms of the depth chart, but for him long-term in the eyes of the franchise.
Well, I get where you're coming from. Both answers are legit. In the case of Anthony Richardson, my condolences to you, brother. We're on live national television having a conversation about Daniel Jones starting ahead of you. I mean, that's just the ultimate indictment. I mean, it just is. I mean, the fact that you're a high draft pick, you're a top 5 pick, and you end up in a situation in your 3rd year or so in the league, and we're looking at you and we're saying Daniel Jones. That's just bad. It's just bad. That's number one. Let me get that out the way. But I'm going to answer this question by saying Shedeur Sanders. And I'm going to tell you why. I think he's being set up to fail. That's right. I'm going to say it. Okay. Here we are on national television, right? There's been 11 practices, if I remember correctly. He's been starting he's been playing against the 3rd unit. He's 4th on the depth chart. And then suddenly you throw him into the start lineup, and he hasn't had any reps with the first team at all. Think about that. So you're just gonna throw him to the wolves like that, huh? I mean, you know, if he had first team snaps in practice, I don't say that, but he doesn't. And then all of a sudden, he's starting tomorrow night. It's like you want him to fail. I'm not accusing the coaches of doing this. I'm not accusing the GM of doing this. But that owner, Mr. Haslam, that's a different animal right there. Mr. $230 million guaranteed deal to Deshaun Watson. And then he's going to come out this time around. I had nothing to do with this pick. I didn't have anything to do with it. I mean, that wasn't me. That was GM Barry right there. That wasn't me. The owner sitting up there. It wasn't me. Wasn't me. Yo. Wasn't me. That's what he was saying. And I'm saying, really? That's what we're doing now? That's what you're doing? You're trying to disassociate yourself from a quarterback that's on your roster at this particular moment in time. You give him no first team reps. He's been working out with the 3rd team, and then you just going to throw him in there for the opening preseason.
Let me play devil's advocate.
Sure.
Isn't that the job every week of a backup quarterback? Backup quarterbacks never get first team reps. But if a quarterback goes down, you are required to go into the game and operate at a high level in the game. So that's I think that to me that's number one. That's number one.
I need to throw a question at you, but go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. What I'm saying is, you being a champion, you playing in this league, I understand the job of a backup. But this situation is different. This is a guy that was projected to be a top 3 quarterback in the draft. He fell to the 144th pick as a 5th-round pick. It was universally recognized that it extended beyond the field of play as to why his stock plummeted. He gets picked up by Cleveland, all right, who, by the way, had drafted, Dylan Gabriel before you bring him on board. Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett being there. Okay, they've been in this league, and Joe Flacco deserves it because, damn it, he showed up in Cleveland a couple of years ago and did what he did. He shouldn't have to play in the preseason. We know what he can do, okay? I'm simply saying, if you look at the kind of circumstances that Shedeur Sanders has had to embrace, and on top of it all, you haven't exposed him to any first-team reps. And then the first time he's going to see anything comparable to that is in his first ever preseason game. I'm just saying that looks very suspicious
I will
to
say,
me.
I will say this. I think, number one, we have to start throwing out the whole pre-draft process as it relates to Shedeur Sanders. Because the bottom line is with him, he's a 5th-round quarterback, 4th on the depth chart. I would make a case for Shedeur Sanders in this. You've been presented with a unique opportunity.
I agree with that.
A unique opportunity. I don't look at it as he's being set up to fail. I'm looking at you're being given an opportunity to go out there and put your best foot forward in an uncomfortable situation. If Shedeur Sanders goes out here on national television, and trust me, there are going to be a bunch of eyeballs on that game. If Shedeur Sanders goes out here and ball, do you know what that's going to do for him?
That's going to do wonders for him.
It's going to do wonders.
I'll let you go, Courtney. Just to be clear, I am in no way saying that Shedeur Sanders should have any attitude different than what you articulated. He needs to think exactly how you said. I'm talking. I'm saying what I think, just like Damian Woody was saying what he thinks.
Right.
We ain't encouraging him to think like that.
Yeah.
What we're saying is, we on the outside looking in. This looks suspicious. Like you want him to fail. I hope he doesn't. I don't believe he will. And I do believe the opportunity is incredible for him. But I don't like how it's going
Courtney,
down.
Final word here. I get the optics of it, but there are injuries on the depth chart. And Tyler Huntley just got there this week.
Right.
So, I don't think Kenny Pickett's injured right now.
Okay,
so you don't feel like it's a conspiracy theory?
But I get how
based
you're
on
saying.
the circumstances.
Right.
Circumstances, but obviously the optics don't look great because it looks like there's friction between ownership and the front office as to why the pick was made in the first place, when it was made, and the situation that he was put in from the very beginning of camp of not getting first-team reps.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right, we'll keep it rolling here, guys. While Matthew Stafford lost his favorite target in Cooper Kupp this season, the Rams signed another veteran wideout in Devontae Adams for a 2-year deal. The 6-time Pro Bowler will be playing for his 4th team in the last 5 seasons. LA also agreed to a 3-year, $33 million contract extension with running back Kyron Williams. The 2022 5th-round pick has scored 31 scrimmage touchdowns over the past 2 seasons, tied for the most in the NFL. Meanwhile, quarterback Matthew Stafford dealing with a reported aggravated disc in his back, but is expected to be ready for Week 1. The 37-year-old is fewer than 200 career pass yards from becoming the 10th quarterback in league history to eclipse 60,000. Damien, is this Matthew Stafford injury concerning to you?
Molly, this is the story of the preseason, in my opinion. Bigger than Micah and Jerry, bigger than Trey Hendrickson. This is the story, to me, in my opinion, of the preseason. This man has not taken one snap in practice. It'd be one thing if the organization